Welcome back to the second part of the Mindshift webinar from Newness Counseling Organization 2024. So this is the second part. The first part which we uploaded was on getting satisfaction from your job. And then this other part is going to be on cultivating a positive attitude, not necessarily based on work environment, but also even in life. Let me tell you something. Attitude is everything, because we say that your attitude determines your amplitude. Your attitude determines how high you're going to climb the ladder of whatever that you are doing. Your attitude towards something determines how you are going to feel about that thing. It determines how you are going to respond about that thing. So the experiences that we usually have in life are based on not the circumstances that come to us, but the attitude that we have towards those circumstances or those scenarios. So I want us to briefly talk about cultivating a positive attitude, because believe me, you need a positive attitude to make it out of this life. Although yes, everybody will life is brutal, such that nobody will get out of this life alive. But for you to be able to enjoy success in life, for you to be able to enjoy satisfaction in your job, for you to be able to to have that level of happiness, you need to have a positive attitude. Let me start by saying that the situations that we usually experience, or circumstances that we usually experience in our lives externally in our environment, they do not actually decide how we are going to respond to those circumstances. If, for example, someone abused you verbally using harsh words, words that are so sharp they are hurting you. So if someone abuses you verbally and then you respond in a given way, that response that you are going to give, that reaction, is not actually based on what they have done. It is actually based on how you have interpreted whatever they have done, and your response is purely dependent on you and not them. So the experiences that we usually receive from the external environment, they do not determine how we are going to react to those experiences. Our response to every circumstance or everything that comes to us is based on how we interpret that. Because two individuals, me and you, we are going to be verbally abused by someone. You are going to respond harshly, and I'm going to keep quiet. Why is that so? It is because personally, I have interpreted that information in a different way than you have. And that's why you see that most people, they are good at, picking fights. Someone wrongs you and then you're very fast to abuse them, to start the fight, to start up the fight. But there's someone else who will be abused in one way or another, and then they keep quiet. Because of the attitude that they have towards that, because of the mentality, the mindset that they have, and the way they have interpreted that threat that has come to them. The physics class taught me, or the physics teacher taught me, that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So when something happens to you, how you interpret it and how you respond is what makes the difference. So everything that happens to us, we respond based on our interpretation and our attitude towards that thing that has just attacked us, or that which has come to us. So, because one thing can happen to two different people, and they will respond differently, or it will affect them differently. So it is very important to, first of all, have an open mind when you are interacting with people, when you are doing something, so that open-mindedness can give you a room to be able to think critically and logically about something before you respond. A positive attitude means that you are able to think something through before you either react or respond. When someone gives you an offer and then you respond negatively, that means you have a negative mindset. When someone has not even hata mtu hajamaliza kuongea something, and then even before they conclude their statement, you have already reacted negatively, it means you have a negative attitude. So you need to cultivate a positive attitude. How do you cultivate a positive attitude? Because that is also very important. First of all, you have to acknowledge that you have a negative attitude. Because we always say that you cannot solve a problem which you are not willing to have. So first of all, you must acknowledge that I usually approach things with a negative mindset or a negative attitude. So I need to change that. You see? So the other thing, you need to identify which key areas you usually respond in that way. And also as you look at that, first of all, you look at which key areas, because again, it's not everything that you usually respond negatively towards. So sometimes there are things you respond negatively, other things you respond positively. So there are those specific things that you are going to respond, negatively, and others positively. So identify which is that one thing that I respond negatively towards and the other one positively. That's number 2. Number 3, get to ask yourself, could it be it is because of a personal factor or something that is happening deep within me that I have not been able to resolve, and that is why I actually approach things the way I do? So if you have an unresolved issue that causes you to react or respond the way you usually do, then you need to dig deep into that, and then you need to resolve that first, because that is the root cause of the negative attitude. Maybe, for example, let's say you are sexually abused at one point in your life. And that means that every man, if you are ready, that every man who comes to you and then they have interest in you sexually, you usually push them away with a very negative, attitude or approach. That means that the negative attitude is coming from the experience that you had of rape. So you need also to dig and understand that what is causing this. Could it be it is because of experiences that I've had in the past that are making me to respond the way I do, and then respond to that. The last thing that I want to say about cultivating a positive attitude, sometimes it can be challenging to be positive about everything. So if you feel it's getting too hard on you, if you feel you're trying to do your best to cultivate that positive attitude and it's not working, find someone who can help you. Go to a counselor. You can call me. You can, get to me. I'm going to help you. So find help. Whether it is a friend who can help you cultivate that positive attitude, approaching things with an open mind, approaching things with positivity and not negativity. Because every time that you want to do something and then you start with a negative attitude, definitely you are going to attract negative energy. Because everything in this life is made up of energy. The moment you think negatively, you attract negative energy. And this negative energy is going to prevent you from doing whatever that you want to do in your life. So that is why it is so important that you have a positive mind, so that you can attract positive energy that is going to empower you, that is going to stir you or to give you the power to be able to do that which you want. Because a positive mindset is the fuel to us achieving the goals that we want to achieve. That is the fuel that we need. It's the energy that we need to reach to the greatest length or heights to achieve the goals that we have set for ourselves. You need a positive mindset. You need a positive attitude if you want to attract positive things in your life. When you have negative mindset, you attract negative friends, you attract negative energy, you attract things that are just negative. So if you have a positive mindset, you are going to attract positive things. Cultivate a mindset of positivity, and you're going to have a positive life full of joy and happiness. Thank you so much. That is the second section of the Mind Shift webinar. I'll go to the third section, and that is how to upgrade yourself, to get promotions and salary raises in your job places, wherever that you work. All right. So that is going to be the third section. So thank you so much for sticking around to watch this video to the end. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then you can share this video to others, and also make sure that you watch the third section. Just 2 parts remaining, so we're going to upload the third section, so just make sure that you also watch. subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I promise that I'll be back.